Okay, guys, here's a review for your third and final in-class assessment for linear equations. To avoid this on the final, you need to make sure you mastered it 3 times, but this will be the last time I give it in class. Okay, it's all about lines. First, I got the y by itself, so it's in slope-intercept form, obviously. So I'm finding the slope and the y-intercept, okay? M and B, -2 is your y-intercept, and then the slope would be 7 over 1. So I go -2, I go up 1, right 7. So up 7, right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, next one. Now you're going to have to run the true-false test because you have a less than sign, but this is not in slope-intercept form. It's in standard form. So the appropriate way to graph a linear equation in standard form would be to use the 0 and y. What you're doing is finding the x and y intercepts of the equation. So 3x plus 2y equals -12, and 3x plus 2y equals -12. So x out of here, and then y out of here, and then you just divide. So that's going to be -6, and that's going to be -4. Notice how I just put equals. I don't worry about that sign, okay? Not when I'm finding the intercepts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it can be equal, so you need to make the solid line so you include all points on the line because it can be equal, but now we got to decide which side is less than, which side's greater than. Okay, so this is our easiest, 0, 0, so I plug that in. So 3 times 0 plus 2 times 0 less than or equal to -12. And also, guys, 0's the bigger number here, okay? So that's bigger. It doesn't open up towards 0. That's false. So F and T. Okay. Cross out number 5. We don't need to worry about that. Solve the inequality, and then we need to represent the solution with a line graph. So as you can see, my coefficient here is negative, so that's the x term is negative. So eventually that'll flip over to less than. So -13, so we have 10, so -5 times x, and then I divide by -5, and then it turns around, I get x and -2. So circle, fill it in, and it's less than, so it can go that way. Okay, absolute value of 3x plus 2 equals 17. Now there's 2 answers because there's 2 places on the number line you can be 17 digits from 0, 17 and -17. So 3x plus 2, 3x plus 2. So 3x equals 15 divided by 3, x is 5. 3x equals -20 divided by 3, and x is -6.6 repeating. Okay, now story problems. I can type 5 pages in 2 hours. My friend can type 7 pages in 2 hours. How long is it going to take us to type a 25-page paper working together? So how long means you're finding the number of hours it takes. Okay, so we're talking about hours and pages. And then pages per hour. Now, I'm not given the pages per hour, so for now I'm going to put question mark. Okay, so I obviously don't know my M at this point, but at 0 hours, there's no way we get any pages typed. So that's a direct variation, meaning that I can use proportions. Okay, I'm actually going to use 3 of them here. Because we got hours on bottom, you got to put the time on bottom. Because you got me, 5 and 2, plus my friend, 7 and 2, and then 25 pages, x hours. Okay, if you add these, you actually get 6, so it'd be like 6 over 1 equals 25 over x, so that'd be 25 divided by 6, and that would be 4.17. So it'd be 4 hours and about 10 minutes, but I just need that. That's good enough. Okay, next up. 2 people are willing to combine their earnings to buy a vehicle. The husband worked 160 hours last month while his wife worked 170 hours. The wife earns $250 more than the husband. If the combined earnings were $5,375, how much does each person make per hour? So I've got the dollars per hour for the husband and the dollars per hour for the wife. Now, you have hours, but there needs to be an hours for the husband and an hours for the wife because they did not work the same amount of hours, then we got money. So this is going to be 3-unit table. So we got hours for the husband, hours for the wife, how many, single, and then money. Okay, for dollars for just the husband, I don't know. The more than, so question mark, and we also don't know that. Now, how many hours did the husband work? Well, he worked 160 and his wife was 170. And then our total is 5,375. Now, there's something that tells me these two, there's got to be $250 more the wife does than the husband. So I put plus 2.50 because that's what more than means, but I still need to use variables, and they're both going to be x's. Okay? No need to use y. So 160x, you got to times both those, 170x. 170 times 2.50 is 425. Okay, so I just need to write one equation. 160x plus 170x plus 425 equals 5375. I'm going to combine those as like terms. So 160 plus 170 is 330. And we're going to move 425 to the other side. And then we divide by 330. I come up with $15, so that'd be for the husband. He makes $15 an hour. His wife would make $250 more, so that'd be $17.50. Okay, next, this one's an easy one. Internet service charges $50 for installation plus $40 per month. If a person has paid the company $490, how many months have they had the service for? If you overthink it, well, sorry. It's an easy problem. Months and money, X and Y. Dollars per month is 40 given to me. Okay, so the slope, the rate of change is $40 per hour. Now before that, you clearly had $50 per hour. So easy equation. 50 plus 40x equals y. And then I would put the $490 in for the y variable, since that's what we have as money. Okay. So I subtract 50. So 40 times x equals 440. 40, and x is 11. 11 months. Okay, Tom has $600 while Bob has $100. Tom spends his money at a rate of $20 per month. Bob saves his money at a rate of $30 per month. After how many months these guys going to have equal money? Remember, one guy's spending, one guy's saving. So dollars in months. So we got X and we got Y. So dollars per month we have 20 and 30. But one of them's negative because the guy who's spending it it's decreasing from what he has. So it'll be 2 lines. Okay, and the M's we know are negative 20 and 30. Okay, the guy doing the negative 20, well, he had 100 to begin with. And then the guy doing the 30, well, he had 100 to begin with. Or no, this guy had 600 and 100. Okay, so I got 600 plus negative 20x, and I want to know when that is going to equal 100 plus 30x. Okay, so we're going to plus 20x, and then I'm going to get the 100 on the other side. Linear equations, you just get the x's on one side, the non-x's on the other. It's really easy. 10 equals x. 10 months. Okay. I am losing weight at a constant rate each week. 3 weeks after I cut weight, I weigh 205 pounds. 6 weeks after I'm cutting weight, I weigh 190 pounds. I want to stop when I'm down to 170 pounds. How many total weeks of cutting is this? So I need to find the number of weeks. Okay, so I've got weeks and pounds. I would assign x to weeks, y to pounds. So per pounds per week. I don't really know the pounds per week, man. I'm going to put question mark for now. So we don't know M. So 0 weeks. Well, certainly this guy weighed something before he started cutting weight. So I am going to have to know what that is. Y equals mx plus b with the combo. So we need to get ourselves an M here using the y minus yx minus x. So since y is pounds, we're going to have 205 minus 170 on top, and then 3 minus 6 on bottom. So what I end up getting is 35 over negative 3. I got a decimal, just say it's negative 12. That's good enough. So he's losing approximately 12 pounds a week. So now his combination, we can go with the 205 pounds, 3 weeks. Now remember, y is pounds, okay? We are putting 205 in for y, negative 12 in for x, times 3. So 205 equals negative 36 plus b, and then plus that 36 back on here. That's about 241. Okay, so now the equation. You got 241 pounds. You're adding negative 12 pounds. I don't know how many times. Equals y. 170 pounds. A lot of people are always putting 0 in there. No, I don't want to weigh no pounds. I want to weigh 170. Or no, I'm an idiot. I am a complete ignoramus. That shouldn't have been 170. That should have been 190. God darn it! Sorry. Okay. So 205 minus... Are you kidding me? He loses 5 pounds. It's 5. Okay. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. 205 plus 15 is 220. Okay, I screwed up. Okay, that should be 220 plus negative 5x equals y. Terrible. Okay, so 170 pounds. And that's going in for y. Minus 220, minus 220. Negative 5x equals negative 50 divided by negative 5, and I get 10. Sorry about that outburst. I didn't read it. I did not read it. All right, 3 more left. Let's see if I can. Plane A and Plane B travel for equal amounts of time. The first plane travels at a constant speed of 700 miles per hour. The second plane travels at a constant speed of 775 miles per hour. If our faster plane travels 800 miles further, how far did each plane travel? So we're finding the miles for each plane. Okay, so I've got miles, and then I've got hours. Now, I only have 1 hour because they travel for the same hours. So there's only going to be 2 units to this. Okay, miles per hour, we know what those are. We know we got 700 and 775. but both of them, even though I know the M's, they both represent direct variation because you couldn't have traveled any miles to begin with. Okay? So you got to use a different kind of proportion. You can't use just the miles and hours units. You got to use the fact that the times are equal. And if they are, then the ratio of the distances to the speeds have to be equal. Okay? So I know my speeds are 700 and 775. You don't put any letters with them. The distances we don't know, but we know the one that's doing 775 went 800 further. Okay, now some of you that get confused on this part, all you do is set up an equals and put two factors on each side. You're going to take D times 775, and you want to know when that's equal to 1D plus 800 times 700. So on this we got 775D. On the other side you got 700D plus 560,000. So I minus 700D. So 75D. And then divide. So 560,000 divided by 75. Okay, I got 7,004. We'll just call it 7,467. And then 800 more than that is 8,267. Okay, next. Last problem. Soccer coach is buying soccer balls and bags. The soccer balls cost $11 each, while the bags cost $17 each. Coach buys 32 items for $424. How many of each item did he buy? So we want to know how many balls and how many bags he bought. So I've got balls, bags, and money. So 3 units. So balls, bags. Cost for a ball is $11 and the bags are $17. I don't know how many of each he actually bought, and I know the total cost was $424. Okay, so he buys 32 items. Well, then that means he bought 32 total between the two, so that's X and Y. So you're going to have 11x and 17y. So now you have to write a system of equations and use the elimination method to solve it. So I'm going to take these all by 11 and these all by 1. 11x plus 11y. 32 times 11 is 352. 11x plus 17y equals 424. Make all those negative, and then you get negative 6y. Or you can make them negative, or you can just subtract them. Either way gets the job done. Negative 72, and then divide. I come up with 12, and that's your y. So you bought 12 bags, and then you can just put 12 in the equation. So x plus 12 equals 32. And we get 20. Okay, folks.